Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with the correct date today. With me, Mr. Silly P. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again with new mods and an update. The map North Frisian 25 by Sir Joki 80 and Yogi has had an update. On with the mods, we've got a few today, and these are today's mods. Today is Thursday. It is the 24th of April. Oh, I'm catching up. How long that will last, who knows. In front of me, we've got the repair place. This is by Happy Mole. 0.12 megabyte download, 4 slots, 1,000 to buy. It is just repair. Click on it, bottom right, just repair. Build mode and tools is where you will find that for placement. Next to that, we've got this representative of 2 items. This is the Polish manure plates pack by Blodisgo, 1.68 megabytes download. There are 3s for each one. Each one will do 2 million litres. Build mode up to the top across to our silos. Down the bottom there, manure heap. Down at the bottom there, manure heap. And manure heap. Both in that pack. This one's quite nice actually. It's got like a brick background to it. So it's that basically just with a brick backing like so. Place that next to your pigs, cows, and you should get your manure appearing on said plate. Next to that, we've got this. Oh no, we haven't. Let's go to this actually. The grain elevator, large proposition. This by Schultz modding. 21.55 megabytes download, 14 slots, 5,000 to buy, and it is a sell point. So build mode, down to the factory section, across there and down, and we should come to it just there. No colour options or anything, it comes just like that. So you can go in and have a look. There's some steps and things, you can go up around inside it as well. Now he did message me earlier to say, if you're using semi-trucks, articulated lorries, you might need to get a bit of a run up. It's quite steep, and obviously you've got this quite sharp angle at the top here. He said, but in the days these were used, there weren't a lot of articulated lorries and stuff generally about, more pickups and stuff like that potentially. But it is a sell point, and if you're curious as to what things you can sell here, if you go into your prices menu, scroll down every item, look across the right hand side, and then anything that says grain elevator can be sold here. If I go into, well, we'll go back to the build menu. It will show you there. It says grain elevator. Those things are scrolling across. I think they said train silo-esque type things, but there's all sorts of stuff on there because we've got extra crop types and various different field types and things for other mods as well. So there's other bits and bobs that it will take in there. But prices menu is always the best place to double check these things. Doors open either end, so you can close this up in case of inclement weather. And like I say, you can go up and have a look around. There's the balcony bit out here as well. If you want to come out here and have a look. And then there's the old sort of way station bit. Like I say, there's, you know, it's very cool. I think we can go down there as well, can't we? Pretty sure we can. And there you have it. The grain elevator by Schultz modding. Next. We've got wooden garages and workshops. This is by Agrogaatti. It's 31.41 megabytes download. I've got -5, so 3 slots, there are 3 of them. And then 32 slots and 38 slots, there are 2 of them. These are all just repair only. I've only put 1 out because there are sort of adjustments on a similar building, which will make more sense in a moment. On this one in particular, come into here, workshop, bottom right, repair only. We do have light switches, as you can see. Where was the light switch? Just here. That was for the small door. Didn't really want to do that one, did I? There we go. We've got the bigger section to the side here. Just there. So if we go into our build mode, now these were, I think it was sheds. There you go, wooden garages and workshops. So we start here, yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one there is just a shelter. Say just a shelter. There you go. And you can do customization for designs. This is door setup, which is curious actually. Oh, there we go. Oh, blimey. All those buildings in the way. Like that. Colour option on there as well. This one here is similar size to that, just a little bit smaller. If you see where the doors are located on the end there. And the same with this one here, which is just a little bit bigger. But again, similar options. If we go for our R3, we've got design 1, 2. This is about where the doors are placed. 3 puts one on the back as well. 4 has 2 on the side and 1 at the front. 5 has 2 there and 2 there. And we're back to 6. Oh, sorry, back to. But then we're on 6, which is 1 there, 2 there, and 1 there. And that's the same on both of those with the colour option on there as well. And then we've got this one, which is the one I think I went for. Just here. Yeah, that's got the larger sliding door. Then this one here is a smaller one with a smaller sliding door, but you've got your garage unit, one to the right, one to the left is the difference between those two. Prices you can see there already anyway. 25, 35, 4 grand for the side awning, 60 grand, 56 and 56. And again, with this one, customization option, we've got colour only, no other door options on these. It comes as it is like that. But they are all variations on a theme with workshops in them which will do repair. That's the wooden garages and workshops by Agrogaatti. Next, I didn't put this one out. This was under here as well. Let's bring this up onto here. This is the shelter. This is 2.84 megabytes download, 4 slots, 6,000 to buy by doodoo RGM. No customization options. It comes just like that. It is a shelter for storing whatever you want to store underneath it. We've then got, actually, did I put one of these out? Let me just double check. Oh yes, this is old wooden barn. Don't be confused with this. Old wooden barn, 14.23 megabytes download by Fra-Cassés modding. It is 24 slots, 110,000 to buy, will hold 80 cows. So it is actually there. Your old wooden barn is a dairy barn for your cows, and it's this one just here. Has a manure heap already built into it. There was no customization option on this for size. It comes as it is. It is nicely made and detailed. Nice bit of weathering. Door open to the sides here. Your trigger for your straw bedding is inside here. Feed trigger was along the front just here. Then we come around the back here. There's our lighting. There you go. If we come round, these doors do open. Slurry, milk point here. Slurry point just here. Open this door up, and we've got a dialogue box for animals. I think this gate opens as well. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, that's strange. I thought it did. Or did I dream it? There's been so many mods over the last couple of days. I'm struggling. There we go. There's your dialogue box for your 80 cows of various different descriptions, like so. So, very nice looking bit of kit. That's the old wooden barn by Fra-Cassés modding. Next to that, oh no, I didn't put one of these out either. Let's go to our sheds. Just there, we've got the green hall. I'll put that there. There it is. So this is the green hall, 5.38 megabytes download by Edziaszek. It is 5 slots, 50,000 to buy. We have no customization option on this. It comes just as it is, and there we go. Brick around the bottom. Barn on the top. Judging by the look of that, it looks like that back door may slide. There you go. Again, fairly straightforward. That was the green hall. Next, we've got the Bale and Pallet storage pack by Zoddel Zockt. 37.06 megabytes download, 5s through to 22s on the slot count. Various I've put down because there are 16. How many Bale and Pallet storages do you need? This is utilising various different base game ones. As you can see, Bale and Pallets, it will take all sorts, and you can still go into these as well, so you can use them as sheds as well as your Bale and Pallet storage. Putting in is done that side, and this one taking it has done that side. Because there are 16, there are a lot to have a look at. So this was under silos. And we start just here. So like I said, I put various because prices, as you can imagine, do vary. 150 grand, that one there. Customization options, solar panels, yes or no. And you can go in and out of these and what's notary. Now, be careful because these, some do say Bale and Pallet storage.
This one says a large barn for storing vehicles. Bales can be stored in the hayloft. The next one says bales and pallets can be stored along the edges and small front room. That one says bales and pallets can be stored. So I think might only be one that just does bales. I think the rest are bale and pallet. That one there doesn't have any customization options. Comes like that. And I say there are 16, so you know. So if you're looking for bale and pallet solutions and you're looking for something a little bit different, and the prices do vary, and the prices do come down in price as we come down this because they get smaller. I'll say that, and then we've got this massive one here. Of course, there we go. And obviously the amount these hold will vary. For example, that one's 300, that's 150, 300, 200, 450, 200, 400, 1,000, 250, 250, 1,000, 250, 400, 750, 250 and 750. And I think we're down to the manure plates as well on there. So we've got these open ones here. And I'd say various ones. Some have options for customization for solar panels, yes or no. A couple of them had options for colour. But again, this is one of those ones. You'll scroll through and you think, oh, that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. That'll fit the aesthetic. And then once you click on it, you can then see whether it's got options or not for whatever it is you need. I wasn't going to put all 16 out and check to see if all 16 will take bales and pallets. They are bale and pallet storages. That's what they are for. So there we go. That's by Zoddel Zockt. Behind that, machine and washing hall. This is a rather large building. 2 compartments. Big door does open. Oh, it's have to. Oh no, I'm sure we. Maybe it's from inside. Oh, there we go. Open gate. There we go. So you've got the gutter here. This is you bring your own jet washing. It doesn't have a jet wash built in. Right at the back there, we've got our workshop trigger. So the repair point this side, and like so, you're guttering for your jet wash. So bring your own jet wash and crack on. Then this side is just storage. There's no gutter in this bit here. We do have, where was it? Oh, light switch was right next to it. Of course I was. There you go, look. There's light switch each side as well. Customization option, can you guess what that might be? It is colour. This was under tools. That's where that vehicle workshop, that repair place was earlier. I said it was under tools. And there's this one here. And we go to place it. Let's go and find a space there. Customization option, solar panel, yes or no, and then colour option on it as well. A rather large. I like that. It's very cathedral-like, isn't it, there at the top? Anyway, moving on from there, we come to here. This is the sheep small barn, 19.24 megabytes download. Did I even say what the other one was? I didn't. I'm so sorry. Oh, dear. The machine and washing hall, 10.35 megabytes download, 12 slots, 320,000. PixelFarm and Oscar 8599. I'm sorry, guys. There you go. That's that one. Now this one. Sheep small barn, 19.24 megabytes download, 11 slots, 5,000 to buy, 25 plus animals, because this has the customization option to extend your animal pen, so your fencing can be extended and the meadow can be done. I did this in its base configuration. It's really nicely made and detailed, this one. Water point, feed point, open up this. Dialogue box is just inside for your animals, just there. And then around the back here, it should be where your pallets will spawn for your wool pallets, or if you've got goats in there, your goat milk pallets as well. Build mode, under animals, and then across to our sheep, just there, 5 grand. And like I say, when you go to place it, your customization option, it will then say, I've got to be careful, because as soon as you do that, it places it. It doesn't give you an option to come back out, does it? That's the only thing I will say about these animal pens, because if you decide you will change your mind, if I click on that now, do you want to customize the fence? You can. If I say no, do you want to plant the meadow? No, there's no option to cancel. If I press no now, it places it anyway, regardless what I do. There you go. Look, already placed. It's the only thing with animal pens. It is a little bit frustrating. Anyway, sheep small barn by Maca. Next, greenhouse. We've got 3 of these, and I'm not going to lie, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. This is the greenhouse, 90.19 megabytes download by Maddog Design. 24 slots. There are 3 of them. One of them is seed and water. One is seed fertilizer and water. One is seed manure and water. And here's what I don't understand. If you're going to go to the trouble of adding fertilizer or adding adding manure or adding fertilizer to the one that is water and seed, you would expect the recipes to be better or it to run faster. Nope, identical. So why are you going to bother doing the one with fertilizer or the one with manure if the one with seed and water runs at exactly the same speed? Unless you just want to go for the immersion factor of it, which potentially, I guess, is the reason why you might want to do it. Liquids go in here, i.e. water, and the rest of it all goes in on this little trough here, along the front here. Quite straightforward. I mean, they're nicely made in detail, don't get me wrong. Nice little plot. Got a bit out of the front here. This one I have got running. And you'll see there, if I look at the recipes, I've got all three of them next to each other. So this one is seed, manure, and water. And you can see the capacity there, 25,000, 25,000, and 20,000 of the products. And then our recipe, let's go across and down. We've got 4, 4, and 4 gives us 4 out. So we don't gain a huge amount. And the recipe is 5, 2, 8. Now, if I come across here and we go from this one to this one to this one, they're exactly the same. 4, 4, and 4, and 4 out. Cycles per month are exactly the same. So, like I say, my point is, why you might as well just go with that one, because it's going to run exactly the same speed. It's not, because I thought, well, if you put fertilizer in, whether it be solid fertilizer or manure, maybe it'll be double the speed, or it'll be slightly increased, or something. But it doesn't appear to be. So, like I say, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I have to point these things out because it's one of those things. If I don't mention it, then people will come and say, "Were you aware that?" And sometimes as well, because there's a lot of mods. Someone messaged to say as well that corn oil mill from the mod review from earlier, which was from the mods from yesterday, it has a sell point that came with it. Now I didn't actually move one of the pallets and sell it. The sell point that it's showing, and the price that it's showing, apparently. Was it Looney Farm Guy? Someone messaged me say Looney Farm Guy showed it on his video. When you take the corn oil pallets, it's paying you double than what it's actually saying it's going to pay you. I didn't know that. I didn't. Like I say, there were so many mods. I didn't sell a pallet. It's it is one of those things. But anyway, build mode up to our factories, across to our greenhouses, and you will find them just here. So the one that is just seed and water, that one which is just there, they're all identical. 47 grand, 47,250 for the one that is seed, fertilizer, and water, and then 47,550. Again, you're paying more, but they do the same thing. So I don't know really. I say I'm looking at each one as I was placing to see what was different, and I think they look the same. And there was no customization options. They come as they are. So there we go. Apologies if I've made a mistake on that, but that is the greenhouse by Maddog Design. Next, this is very cool actually. I might have even used this on the thumbnail. Haven't decided what the thumbnail's going to be yet. We have this. This is something a bit different. This is the, where are we? Lost my Crawfish production. Yes, by LazyK modding. 1.9 megabytes download, 3 slots and 25,000 for the boat, which is, you go out and you catch your crawfish, sorry. And then 2 slots, 500 for the pallets. Now the pallets are brood stock, and it does say in the description that you don't have to put rice in here. If you do your rice field, rice paddy, sink it, put your water in, place this next to it, and obviously your brood stock goes into the water, and then what you get out is your crawfish, a better version of. If we click onto here, you'll see our crawfish production there. I've got 2,000 litres of brood stock went in, so 2 pallets. This runs at a 10 to 40, so you're going to gain 48 cycles a month. It's not a huge amount. I've got 49 litres of crawfish at the moment. If I remember, which I probably won't, at the end I'll try and speed up time and see what our pallet looks like when we get it out the other end. So if we come into here, go into our build mode, and under factories, just there for 25 grand. Now, what I then suddenly thought was, well, if there's not actually any crawfish in the water, could you place this next to a river or a pond or a lake or anywhere where you could put brood stock in? Would it work just as an independent, like I say, as long as it's by a water source to add to the immersion, unless you've just got a big bucket next to it or something like that, could you just place this anywhere, or does it have to be by one of those? That's what it says in the description, but does it need to be? So I placed one over here, just out in the field, just placed it because, why not? Just to give it a try, because I was curious. Is it like a manure heap, or is it like that has to be linked to water? And if we go back into our menu here, you'll see there's our other one, 2,000 litres in. That's got 50 litres, that's got 48 litres. They are both producing.
One is by water, the other one isn't. So you can put this pretty much anywhere you like, but obviously putting it next to water would make more sense, but I just wanted to double check to see if it works. So it just gives you a few more options. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to make rice paddy, rice field and flood it. If you're next to a river or something similar, you absolutely can. Down to our pallets, and our brood stock should be just there. There we go. So 500 for 1,000 litres of brood stock. These aren't liftable pallets, so you will need to have a forklift or a grab or a crane or a bucket or whatever it might be to pick them up. And then they get placed into this bit here. That adds them into the inventory. And then I assume this bit here is when you've got a pallet done, that's where they'll come out. I don't know whether they'll look like a crawfish trap or, like I say, if I remember at the end of it, I'll speed up time and we'll see what we end up with. What I will do very quickly, just put this in. I really do need to speed up because obviously the second half of this, as always, is all the vehicles and stuff, which have got a load of options. There we go. That puts it all in, and away we rock and roll. There we go. Crawfish production. Next in here, if we go to our weights, we have got this just here. Oil drum counterweight. It is 2 slots. I did get one out because I was going to put it on a vehicle and then I didn't. Volvo and Valtra are our 2 options on it, and then back to none. Trailer hitch, yes or no on the front, and then main colour, anything on that pallet there. Metallics also available. There we go. That is the oil drum counterweight. Next, I didn't put these out because they're fairly straightforward and they make sense. We've got the Lemken Juwel pack. We've got the Juwel 8.4, the Juwel 8.5, Juwel 8.6, Juwel 8.7. Slot counts on these. Let me just say who they were by as well. This is by WOLFex Modding, 12.05 megabytes download. They are all 3 slots, all 4 of them. We've got a 2, a 2.5, a 3, and a 3.5 meter. Options are exactly the same on all of them. We'll click on that one. Main colour does the end of the ploughshares like that, and then rim colour does the rim colour. And what we'll do is, it doesn't matter which one we look at, these, when you hook them up, if you fold them, it will fold flat behind the vehicle so it's not sticking out, but that wheel that's on there doesn't unfold onto the floor, so it stays on the 3-point link. And this is a rotating plough as well, so you run up the field that way, and when you get to the end of the field and turn around to come back the other way, rotate the plough, come back down the other way, so the leading edge of your plough is always at the front bit where you need it to be on the leading edge. And yeah, it's fairly straightforward. It's a pack of 4 of them, different widths, and they do the plough thing, which is what they're meant to do. Nice. Next, we have got the Alpego Jet M pack by Hispano, 10.07 megabytes download under Cedars, 5 slots, 3 meters wide. Now this is interesting. I say it's it's interesting. These are both by a Hispano. So we've got this one here, the Alpego, and we've got the Pöttinger. So we've got the RK300 and Jet M, and we've got the Leon 303 and Aerosem. Now these both are 5 slots and 3 meters. The Aerosem, I say they're both by the same person. Actually, there's another one as well, but that's under planters. The Aerosem is 12.55 megabytes download, but they are both 5 slots. They are both 3 meters. But here's the thing: 5 slots, and this one comes with this, and the front section is a power harrow built in. That one has your cedar, and the front section is the power harrow built in for 5 slots. Now, the good thing with these, I say the good thing is however you feel about it, each of these mods by Hispano gives you the option to change the colour so you can play around with the designs and stuff yourself and make something that suits your personality, whatever that might be at that particular given time. So we've got colour choice on these. None of these are direct drills. I've always found this is weird because these have built-in power harrows. I know 22 is always the same. They wouldn't direct drill, but they would provide a smooth seed bed, which was weird because neither of those say direct drill. It says a cultivator prepares fields for the next sowing, but it is sowing. It's odd. Anyway, but here's the thing with this as well. You can then come into power harrows and you can get the power harrow sections separate. So there's the RK300, there's the Leon 303. But each of those, that's 4 slots and 3 meters. That's 4 slots and 3 meters. So the entire unit is only 5 slots, but those on their own are 4. I suppose because they've got all the moving parts on the power harrow unit part of them. I guess that's probably why. And then also by Hispano, under planters, we've got this. We've got the Väderstad Tempo V8. This is the VTP V8 and FA 2200. 17.57 megabytes download, 13 slots, 6 meters wide, 3 slots, and 2200. And I'm glad this has made a return. I'm trying to think, have we had another version of this yet? I don't think we have, because I probably would have been using the tank. Again, we can change the main colour, design colour and rim colour on this. But if we come out of there and we come over to here, to our seed tanks, that's the tank that comes with it. So these are the ones we've had already. So 1,500, 1,600, that's a 2,200, which is very, very handy indeed. And again, we can change the main colour and cover colour if we want to mix and match. And when you hook that on, especially with the tempo, it will hook the pipe up between the two. And again, this one doesn't say, I don't think this isn't a direct drill either. No, it runs just as it is. There you go. 2 seeders and a planter, all 3 by Hispano. Next we have got just here the flatbed service truck. It looks like a beach bucky, like a beach truck. It should have surfboards and stuff on the top of it. Anywho, this is 26.75 megabytes download by MacTrucker921. 20 slottage, and you will find this under vehicles up at the top. Was that cars and bikes or trucks? Cars and bikes. There we go. We've got a few different versions of this. So you can have just the pickup truck bodies. If you just want to pick up, awesome. You can have that with the gooseneck hitch. You can have that with the gooseneck hitch 2. You can have flatbed, gooseneck hitch 2. Then you've got the fuel tank added on there as well. 2,000 litre fuel tank, gooseneck 1 and 2. We've then got toolboxes and fuel tank, gooseneck and 2. We then got the ladder pack added on. That then doesn't give you the gooseneck options, because obviously the ladder pack is covering up where you might attach a gooseneck and stuff on there. So you've got toolboxes and a ladder rack. You've got log forks, which I think that's a brilliant option, isn't it? Starting off with a pickup, you've got log forks built into that. That's pretty cool. And then we're back to pickup truck. I think I went for that, the full jalopy. But you do lose, I think, from here. That's still got tension straps. That's got tension straps, but as you get into the other ones further on, they don't. So you've got 262 horsepower, stock gas. Then you've got the turbo diesel 660, which is interesting because I went for the 660, and it's still showing, and then you'll see on the information in just a moment. It still goes to 74 miles an hour. It's just how fast it gets there and how it runs. We've got wheel brands, Continental, Lizard, and Väderstad, and then back again. Continental, lifted suspension, and then this gives an option on the front here, just there, for snowplow mount, which you can have a snowplow mount on all 3 of these as well. Lizard, standard, lifted suspension, snowplow mount. And then we've got our Väderstad, which is our chunkier tyres, lifted suspension, snowplow mount on there as well. Then we've got exhaust type, standard or stacks. I thought the stack was pretty cool. I went for that. Rear bit ball hitch or pin hitch on the back we can switch out. Mirror configuration, standard or West Coast mirrors. Nice big mirrors on there. Add a brush guard on the front there. Bumper guard, brush guard. We've got light bar option. Now this is interesting. We've got yellow, red, blue, purple, pink, green, white. Then it runs through combinations. I won't read them all out. What I will say is if you suffer from epilepsy or someone in your house does, you may want to look away when I switch these on, because of all the strobe light options we've had on different vehicles, these are crazy. Got corner strobe options. Again, we run through various different yellow, red, blue, purple, pink, and then combinations of, again, yellow, white, red, blue, and so there's very different ones you can go for on those as well. You'll find something you like. Main color does the front section. Brush guard color does the brush guard on the front. You then got bumpers and grille colour. Let's go green. There we go. You've got interior colour, which we can change. We have got a seat colour you can change. Then you've got a seat trim colour can be changed as well. Flatbed colour we can change. Flatbed deck colour can change. Then we can change the snowplow lift frame. If you've got that on the front as well, you can change the colour of that. Rim colour. I think we can change, if you've got the toolboxes and stuff on there, it does give you the option to change the toolbox colour, the ladder rack colour as well. So a whole load of different options that can be picked and choosed. License plate option. I think I already said that as well, didn't I? If we come out of there, was it under levelers? Wasn't under miscellaneous, was it? Was it just an attachment for it? Where is that? Oh, we're talking about winter equipment. There it is. Of course, it's under winter equipment. There you go. That will attach on with your main colour, your trim colour, and chassis colour. So if you are going to be using that for moving copious amounts of snow, you can. So there you go. Saying 660. Top left, if you go L1, it says unfold stock gas 262 horsepower. That's if you've got the standard pickup. That will unfold the back door on the pickup. I've got 2,000 litres of fuel in there. There's no doors or windows that open on this. It comes as it is. I've got the lifted, and there's no option to adjust the lift on that. I do like the look of this. Right, now what I said earlier, if you have got anybody that might, just be forewarned. Let's put these on. That is absolutely nuts. We're saying nuts if you've gone for the options, you didn't have to. There's our regular lights. So you can put your regular lights on as well if you want to. There you go. A few different options available on that. Very nice indeed. Whoa. Engine off. Interior. Donut box. Of course. Hop out. Next, we've got this. This is the old Soviet bike QWERTY PL, 7.61 megabytes download and 3 slots. You will find this under cars and bikes, just there, 750. Options on this, we've got handlebar 1 or racing handlebars for speed. Frame colour, anything on that palette there, including metallics. Fenders colour, does your fenders. Grips colour, you've guessed it, does your grips. And then the leather element, your seat and the pouch below it. There are some browns, if you want to go for some brown options. Or you can go, you know, whichever colour you want. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't have a bell or anything like that. And it doesn't have a strap on the back for placing anything. There you go. Old Soviet bike. Excellent stuff. There you have it. Next, we've got this. I have got to go faster. We have got the Barn Find John Deere 710. This by Dogface. It is 9 slots. You will find it under small tractors. There's only one tiny little thing with this. So you've got wheel setup standard or wide. Back to standard again. You've got rust, yes or no. Now, if you don't want a rusty one, that's absolutely fine. You can get it like that. But what I would have said was, if you got the Barn Find one, there should have been an option for your wheels, the wheel rims, to be rusty as well. It's a minor thing, but they do look very clean and new compared to the rest of it. Like I say, it's a tiny thing. And we have got the old the sprayer, haven't we? The Dirtinator, so you can dirty that up if you wanted to. Of course you can. Safety frame, yes, and with work lights, or no. We've then got front weight, through the various different options on your front weight, and then back off again. Whoa, back up again. Main colour, so you can go through your various different colours of a brand new looking one, although rusty, but you can fiddle around with that. And then you could simulate doing some work on it, polishing it up, then put it into your workshop, and then it's no longer rusty. You know, it's, however you want to go about it, it's up to you. Seat is faded, but if you want to go for a newer looking seat, again, you can refurb the whole thing. And then rim colour, like I said, there's not, just looking at see if there was a rust option on here. There's not. And then license plate option on there too. Hopping on. Lights. The wheels all look wet because just before I brought this over, I changed my mind and decided to do the thumbnail, and I drove back through the water. So that's why the tyres are all looking glistening and gleaming. Yes. Words, you know. If you're not sure of a word, just make one up. Nothing wrong with that at all. There you go. That's the Barn Find John Deere 710. Nextra, we've got the Valtra Nextra. Nextra, we've got the Valtra. Next, we've got the Valtra BM. 51.44 megabytes download by J.Amodding Schultz. 16 slots. Interesting tyres. I'm trying to think if I've seen another tractor that's had tyres like that on it. And it is a curious looking beastie. Anyway, this one's under medium tractors, just there. There we go. So we've got 110 horsepower or 125 horsepower. Those are the two options. We've got Trelleborg, BKT, Michelin, Lizard, back again. So we've got various different options. We've got closed wheel. So it starts off like that, open wheel. Closed wheel and weight, Fine roller, that's the one. I think that's only under Trelleborg. Dual close wheel, and then back again, and then we've got various different options within each of those. I'm sure it's only that fine wheel that's on the... yeah, pretty sure it is. Then the Lizard, we've got rice wheels as we move forward. I think it moves on. There you go. So standard 2s is more your rice wheels. Again, with various different options, including that. And then back again. Exhaust pipe, we've got standard, or we've got chromed. We've got no front weight, underweight and front weight, or no weight. Then front loader attacher does all of that. All that gear. That's some serious metalwork underneath there to hold all that in place. And a license plate option there as well. So, let's start it up. Lights. You sit really high, don't you? High and narrow. But there you go. That's your Valtra BM. Next. I like the sound of that. We've got this. This is the Fendt Fabric 500. This is by Basti, I think it is. 26.44 megabytes download and 18 slots. This was under small tractors, and it is just there. So we've got the 511C at 115 horsepower, or the 515C at 150 horsepower. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and back. I'm not going to go through all of the tyre options again, because we've got another pack in a moment which has got 3 tractors in the pack, all very similar. There's a lot of tyre choices, and I'm not going to go through all of them. This one does have the narrows, I think, again on the Trelleborg, and the other ones have various different options within all of that. Front loader attacher, quick, Hauer, off, and then rim colour option on there as well, then license plate. There was a version we had way back that had doors and windows and stuff that opened, and if you went for the colour option that was old, faded, it reduced the price massively, so you could get 150 horsepower one for like 40 odd grand, and it was, I loved it. It was a beautiful one, and I can't remember who made it, but anyway, those are our choices. Let's hop in. This one, L1, R1, L1, R1. Nope, no options for doors or windows on this one. And as we saw already, it only comes in this colour choice. Nice looking tractor though. Awesome. Very cool. There you go. That is the Fendt Fabric 500. Now we've got the Fendt Fabric series. Now this is representative of 3. I didn't get them all out. This sounds great. They look great, and a lot of the options are very similar. So this one is found under medium tractors, and I'll say this one, these 3. So we've got the Fabric 800 Turbo Shift LSE, the Fabric 800 Turbo Shift, and the Fabric 900 Vario. 72 grand, 78 grand, 84 grand. This is 69.38 megabytes download. Each one is 18 slots by J.Amodding. So like I said, I have only got one out. We have got 40 kilometers per hour and 50 kilometers per hour in each one. So that's a difference of 24 miles an hour or 31 miles per hour. So we've got this one here, 165 horsepower, 190 horsepower, 210 horsepower, 230 horsepower, and then back again. So 230 being the highest. We've got wheel brand of Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Nokian, and then back again. I'm pretty sure that's the same on all of them. And we have got various different tyre option choices within all of those. As you can imagine, there are quite a lot. As we're changing those, you notice the width of the rear fenders is adjusting as well, depending on the width of the tyres, which is pretty cool. I like that. Reverse driving, yes or no, that's on all 3. Wheel weights, we have got, and the same, this is on all 3 as well. We've got adapter plate, 300 kilo, 600 kilo, 900 kilo, and then the 1000 kilos only if you've got a 42-inch rim. So if you've gone for the bigger rims, bigger tyres. You've got mirrors, default or wide angle. I think that might be both on the same on all of them. We'll have a look as we go through. Beacon lights, we've got left, we've got right. We've got left with antenna, left and right with antenna. Then we go on to left 2. I couldn't tell the difference. Let's go back one. Oh, is it the internals? Yeah, it might be the internals. Slightly different design. So then we go left 2, left and right 2, with antenna left and right 2, then back off again. GPS, we've got Lizard GPS, or we've got a John Deere on the fence, if you want to put a John Deere one on there. If you've got one knocking about. Then on the back here, this is the same one on all as well. There's a tiny little lip here. So you've got normal short, normal long. It adds a little lip on that rear fender. You've then got faded short, faded long. Back again. Warning signs, yes or no. We've then got light configuration, halogen or LEDs. I think one LEDs on the one we've got. We've got reflectors, yes or no. That puts reflectors on the inside of the hubs. I went round and round this vehicle trying to work out where the reflectors were. And that's where I could find them, on the inside of the hubs. Front PTO, yes or no. And then we've got some other options on different ones later on. The main colour, anything on this palette, again, I think the colour configurations are the same. Wheel weights, rim colour, license plate option there as well. Then we move on to the turbo shift. So this one starts at 170 horsepower. Again, 40 and 50 kilometre per hour. We've then got 190, 210, I think it might be the same as last one, 230. Yeah, back again. So 230 again. I think the wheel brands are pretty much the same, if I recall. It looks like they are. Knock in, back in. And then I think it's pretty much the same with the tyre options, wheel options and stuff like that as well. Reverse driving, yes or no. Wheel weights was the same. Mirrors, default and wide angle. Beacon lights, GPS. Oh, this one was different. And the next one's different. We've got flap exhaust. And they're not like this. Look, flap flipped. Oh, yes. Flap exhaust with flap flipped. And then pipe. But I went for the flap flipped because I like the sound of it. Hey, it's Thursday. It's been a long day. Made me smile. Then we've got the same thing with the fenders on the back. We've got license plate position on this was different as well. So you've got front grille or on the exhaust, or if you take that off altogether, it won't be on either, but you do have the option for that. Then we've got exhaust grid, default or stainless. Then we've got front hubs, old hubs or new hubs, which are slightly bigger. We've got warning signs the same, light configuration was the same, reflectors the same, front PTO and maze grille. So this one's got front PTO, yes, then maze grille puts that angle bit on the front there, or you can have both, PTO and the maze grille, or off, which the first one didn't have. Then we go for the same colour options on this one as well. Then move on to the final one, which is the 900. A little bit more oomph to this one. It starts 170 again, 40 and 50 km per hour. Then we go 100. Then we go to 200, not 190. Then 230, so we are jumping up. Then 260, and back in. So 260 rather than 230 horsepower being the highest. Wheel brands, I think, were the same. Reverse driving, wheel weights, mirrors the same. Beacon lights the same. GPS, I think, was the same. Exhaust was the same. Yeah, I think it's pretty much the same as the previous one. All the same options, just a bit more horsepower and oomph on this. Slightly different design to it. And again, you can pick and choose what you go for. Light configurations, reflectors, PTO and maze grille, and the colour options. I do like a petrol blue. I've always been a big fan of the petrol blue on fence. I think that's what I went for with the reverse driving as well. So I went for some wide old tyres, but this sounds great and it's got some nice options on it as well. So let's jump in. Listen to that. I mean, come on. We've got LEDs on it as well. But let's change driving position. Listen to that low, throaty rumble. So this one has L1, R1. We've got left stick side to side, opens and closes the roof, the skylight above us, like so. L1, R1, right stick side to side, does that door with an interior light that comes on and off. And sound effect. And up and down, does the rear window, like so. And closed up. Very nice indeed. Then we've got, we did honk, we did lights, we did beacons, interior. Very nice indeed. Look at that. It's very nice. Very, very nice indeed. It sounds awesome. Like I say, I didn't get the one out. But if this is any gauge to go by, All three are going to be absolutely phenomenal anyway, aren't they? They're just variations on a similar vehicle, I guess is the best way of putting it. So that's the Fendt Favourite series by J.Amodding, which brings you on to the last of the mods for today. Thought about turning the engine off. We've got this next. This little beauty with a few different... I mean, this is just cracking. But this has got some awesome options on it. So this is the SDF Group 6C series. It's by Farming... I think it says Farming Duds Marcel. Are we supposed to be Farming Dudes, maybe? Anyway, it says Farming Duds Marcel. 22.06 megabytes download and 25 slots. We also have a new map out today. Sunshine Forest by Carl TG. I will get onto that tomorrow morning. So, don't know why I jumped then. I'm going to go to the menu. Small tractors. I'm so excited. I'm jumping all over the place. 83,500 for the base model. But here are our configurations. So we've got standard, communal, warrior, then special edition, which I went for because I just love it. But look, Hurleyman. Now that is a cracking version. Love that. Lamborghini, and it has the Lamborghini logo. It's not just showing Deutz-Fahr, but in white. Then we've got the Same, and then back to normal again. So, I mean, wow. Look at that. That's a corker. So we've got 40 and 50 km per hour, and then we run through various different options on this as well. So we go between RV shift and TTVs, but then we go up from 126 horsepower to 136 horsepower, and I think it stays at 136. Oh no, 143. RV shift TTV. They're going back to 126. So 143 horsepower being the highest. We've got Trelleborg, we've got Michelin, we've got Continental, Mitas, Väderstad, Nokian, back again. These did have some really chunky options as well for various different tyre choices, which I really liked, with wheel weights and wides, and very cool indeed. Where's our... I'm sure we had some with some narrows. Standard. Wheel weights, standard. Maybe not. Maybe I dreamt it. Daytime running light, yes or no. That's when you turn the engine on, the lights are on or automatically. You can have that on or off. Logo in the wheel hub, yes or no. That wasn't all of them, was it? No, that must just be on the Hurleyman. Let's go switch it. No. I was going to say that didn't have it on the previous one. Lamborghini has logo in the wheel hub. Let's go back. Deutz didn't. The Warrior did. Communal did. Oh, there you go. In that fancy. Let's go to... Let's try this now. Standard 2, wheel weights 2, wide tyres, wides and weights. Oh, there you go. God, it took ages to get through all of those. I knew we had care tyres somewhere. So wider track on that. So a whole lot of different tyre options. Look at that. Twins. That looks cool. There you go. So there's a whole load. You just have to keep pressing the button. It's weird because some of them, it says the same thing, but the tyre choices are changing. Daytime running lights logo. They've got front loader attacher. Quick, Hauer, no. License plate option as well. Now, because there are other options on this, I may well have missed something. And if I have, I don't think anything changed there or there. I think we're good as far as the rest of that goes. Yeah, I think it was just that logo on the wheel hub only changes on that version of it. Anyway, let's come out of there. Listen. Beacons. Lights. This one didn't have any doors or windows, but it did have unfold tractor, which does that. Race mode. Reduce your wind resistance as you go, and that's your running lights there. Listen. Oh, I think we got airborne then. That's pretty cool. Interior, we've got the option L1, R1, and right stick side to side. We can move our seat. Look, move our seat side to side as well, which is pretty cool. Like that. Nicely detailed interior. This is an absolute corker of a mod. The fact you've got so many different options. You go for a Lamborghini there as well, and the Hurleyman, I really do like that Hurleyman. I mean, I do like this Deutz-Fahr model anyway. Just the colour and stuff of it, and the shape I think is brilliant, but all those different options on there as well. That's pretty cool indeed. So there we go. That's the SDF Group 6C series by Farming Duds Marcel. That's it for the mods for Thursday the 24th of April. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching. I nearly forgot. We skipped ahead of time to the next day. This is what they look like. So we've got bags, netted bags of our crawfish in there. If we click back onto here, we should see our production running. 555 litres on the next one going. So we got one bag overnight. Just there. Can't remember if I showed you or not. But if we go into prices. Did I show you? I can't remember. And we come down here to crawfish. There we go. 3,000, 3,300, 3,400 for a pallet crawfish. There we go. I remembered. We can end now.